again, as a reminder, we have watched or read, should I say, up to chapter 44. Part 1, we read to chapter 22. We stopped, recorded. Now we've watched up to chapter 44. So we do not know onwards. So again, our takes, they are honest and genuine. But back into it. Get into the next of the big five. We've got Dr. Tenma. Now, let me set this scene. So obviously we're introduced to Astro Boy, aka Atom. Atom is supposedly, essentially at the beginning of our reading, Atom dies. I made the prediction that Atom was not gonna survive. I was wrong. Guys, I admit I was wrong. I said that Atom was going to survive. I said Atom's making it to the very end. But I was wrong. I hold my hands up. Atom was killed. But when he dies, it's like we're finding out a lot more of his story. So essentially, Atom is seen as the world's best robot publicly. He's the public's best robot. He's the most efficient. He was created by the Ministry of Science in Japan. But the current doctor who's in charge, the current director of the minister, I forgot his name, sorry. He didn't create him. The creator of Atom was the previous director, which was Dr. Tenma. But Dr. Tenma left. And Dr. Tenma is like the genius creator. And then we're finding out a lot of, just as this part goes on, to be honest, you could even say Dr. Tenma's been one of the main characters in this second part. Because he just keeps popping up. Yeah. He's been like an interesting character that's been going on. And what we find out is he's kind of linked to PLUTO because he created like basically the best AI. Let's call it the super AI. The super AI, which is a robot that contained the personalities of 6 billion people. Yeah. And allegedly what he did was he sold it to someone in Persia. Someone was using the Persia for the super AI, and that's where we're thinking PLUTO came from.
Yeah, even PLUTO might be that thing.
Yeah,
might be that role.
Yeah, PLUTO's is the super AI probably unlocked. So and then there was some nice scenes. We're finding out Dr. Tenma, I'm guessing he created Atom based on his son, because there was the scene where him and his son are eating and he's questioning Atom, saying, my son didn't do that, my son.
Yeah, that's the story of Astro Boy.
So I was going to ask you, so is that the story of Astro Boy then?
Yeah, the story of Astro Boy is Dr. Tenma's son died, and then in the pursuit to make his son again, basically have his son again, he creates Astro Boy. But then he realizes that his son doesn't grow, or Astro doesn't act the same way that his son does. So he starts to resent Astro Boy in a way, innit? Until eventually he gets to love him again.
Okay. Because I was seeing these scenes and then I just remembered, okay, so obviously you said before Atom is Astro Boy, but now we're introduced to his father in a double sense, his creator and the original father, which is Dr. Tenma.
Yeah.
Do you think Dr. Tenma is a good guy or a bad guy?
I mean, what he's trying to create is not good for the world, isn't it? But at the end of the day, you can't really call him good or bad. But he is playing God. That's one thing you can say. He is playing God. So that's bad depending on who you are. Actually, that's bad in any scenario. So yeah, I'd say he's not morally bad, but he's not morally good either. He's in between.
You know what made me laugh about Dr. Tenma, yeah? You know that scene when he invites, I think, Dr. Hoffman and Eppelson's creator, the light ray. He invites them to a meeting to create a super robot, and he chops their data. Yeah, that made me think of some African politician, man.
I mean, the scammer gets scammed.
Listen, scammers get scammed. This guy literally chopped their research, chopped their information, chopped their data, and just revealed nothing. All he revealed was that to create a robot, you need extreme emotion. And he keeps bringing this up. You need extreme emotion, you need extreme emotion, you need extreme emotion. But this Dr. Tenma guy is funny.
He's playing God. He's definitely playing God.
You think it's a complex?
I don't know about God complex in it, but I don't think he has a God complex now. A God complex would be something like light youngering. That's a God complex.
He's got like a creator complex, in a sense, like,
yeah,
I am.
He's a perfectionist.
He's an extreme perfectionist. He's an extreme. Do you think what he's done to Atom is a good thing? Because he's brought him back, he's healed him, but why did he have to give him the 6 billion personalities?
I think he believes that Atom's gonna be able to overcome it somehow. I think he believes Atom's gonna be able to. He still, even though he doesn't want to acknowledge, I don't think, he still sees Atom as like his son.
And then another thing Dr. Tenma did was he sold the AI to Persia. Now, Persia at the time was being like, the rest of the world was against them because of they were harming robots and producing
the George Bush allegations.
Yeah, the George Bush allegations, you know. They got the weapons of mass destruction. But why would he sell his AI to Persia if he's a good Japanese citizen?
Okay, he's a good Japanese citizen, but I don't think anything else matters to him except from the furtherment of scientific advancements. That's what fuels him. That's what keeps him going.
So you're saying he's one of them ones where he's not actually a bad guy, but he's morally grey and all he cares about is the advancement of the field.
Yes.
Like some of the scientists Hitler would have, who didn't care because this guy would let them do anyway.
But those guys were actually wrong.
I mean, Dr. Tenma he's arguably responsible for PLUTO.
Yeah, but PLUTO is like, they didn't think PLUTO was gonna awaken. PLUTO is basically just an accident. It's either an accident or someone very malicious awakened him.
So you don't think Dr. Tenma awakened him, it was someone else?
Actually, not even malicious. Maybe PLUTO is just gonna be like, maybe PLUTO is just how do I say it? He's the polar opposite of what Atom is supposed to be. Atom is a good person created by Dr. Tenma. And now that I'm thinking of it, Dr. Tenma, the other creator of Atom of the sleeping robot, could have been Dr. Abra. Yeah, and then Dr. Abra was trying to, because we know his son and his wife died.
Yeah, we do.
So maybe PLUTO was a model for his son. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this?
Oh, so that they're parallel. So Dr. Tenma and Astro.
Yeah, so they're parallels.
Okay, yeah.
But Astro is good, but PLUTO turned out bad. So that could be also what fueled him to awaken him. Because we know that we already found out that Sahad is his son, innit? Sahad is his son. So now we know Sahad and PLUTO, that's the same person. So only time will tell if I'm right again.
I mean, we'll talk more into the PLUTO section. But to close up, Dr. Tenma, very peculiar guy. His story is not over. We did not know of him at all in the previous section. But now he's got his hands on a lot of things, you know. He's got his hands on PLUTO, he's got his hands on Astro Boy, he's got his hands on Persia. So I'm trying to figure out what his goal is and what his mission is, but we'll find out. Very sublime.